Welcome back. This time we're going to take a look at bends, which, if you like the blues or pretty much any kind of rock or pop music, is something you hear all over the place. In the minor pentatonic sound, but even in the major sound. So again, I've got a 12-bar blues for you. This time we're in the key of C, and let me play it for you. Okay, again, it's not really a work of art, but it's just an exercise to give you some practice on bending. If this is the first time you've tackled the subject, you're going to be needing some calluses on your fingers, or you will develop some from doing this. Again, I'm using 9s or .009 set of strings, gauge strings on this. I use Diodarios, but Ernie Balls, there's lots of brands that will work. But if you have an acoustic guitar with 11s or 12s, this is probably going to be difficult to impossible for most people. So again, it's meant for solid body guitars with slinky strings or skinny strings on it. You can go all the way up to 8s, which, by the way, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top plays with 8s, and he gets a giant sound through all of his amplifiers and electronics. We're going to start off with a pickup note, 1, 2, 3, boom, ba. That's going to be on the 10th fret of the D string with your third finger, boom, ba, and then to the 8th fret of the G string with your first finger, boom, ba, and then we get into our first bend. Now, if you just used your third finger on the 10th fret, that'd be kind of difficult. So what almost everybody does is you support it with your other fingers, like your second finger down here. You can use all three to help push. And what you want to do is you want to aim for this note up a whole step on the 12th fret of the G string. Bum, bum, bum. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge for you in the beginning. You'll probably not quite get there. Bum, bum, bum. And if you like that sound, that's one thing, but we're going to try to get all the way up to this G note on the 12th fret of the G string. Bum, ba, bum, bum, da, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. So this note we're going to bend a whole step, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, and then bend it up and down again, bum, da, da, back to the root of C on the 10th fret of the D string. Then we're going to just do these little bends on the 8th fret of the G string with first finger. And you can see how I'm kind of pulling away and rotating my hand is one way you can do it. And this is what we call a blue note. We're not going to get all the way up to this major third here. We're going to kind of go in between. And you just want to hear it and do it to your liking. You can do it a lot, all the way up to the major third almost, or just a little, quarter step or a little bit. And then down here on what we call the flat 7, we're going to do another little half bend like that. Okay, so the first part of this little 12-bar bending blues, it'll have a 2-bar lead in. There'll be a tick, 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 do, down, down. So we call that a pickup note before the actual first chord starts. which is a C minor chord, like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then it goes up to the 8th fret of the B string, and then up to the 11th fret of the B string. Almost everybody would want to use their third finger. That's not too rude, I guess. For this, you could use your little finger. Guys like Robin Ford actually uses little finger a lot like that, but guys like Clapton, etc., would probably use the third finger because it's stronger. So that's kind of the next lick. And then we're going to stretch this one a whole step up to this C note, effectively, on the 13th fret of the B string. And then back to that 10th fret, third finger stretch, stretching a whole step up to the 12th fret. Back to the root here, and then that little half bend, what we call the blue note. There's a couple kinds of stretches if you parse it and take it apart. You've got stretches that go up and down, some that might just go up and stop there. And this time what we're going to do is we call a pre-bend and release. You pre-bend it, the 11th fret of the E string. We want to equal this sound on the 13th fret, so we have to push, and if we're lucky, we get that sound. So push, and then release it. And then we're going to go to the same note on the B string, 11th fret of the B string. We're going to do the same pre-bend release on the B string down to the 10th fret of the G string. And there you do a push, and then a push and release, and the little blue note. Okay, you're going to have to just figure it out on your own a little bit. I can just try to guide you as much as possible. Let me play it from the top again. Pre-bend. One more time. Pre-bend. All right, if this is your first time bending strings, again, you're going to need some slinky strings. Just keep working at it and it'll get there. It might make your fingers a little sore in the beginning, but eventually you'll develop some calluses. And if I don't play for a while, it'll hurt me a little bit until I get my calluses back. So good luck with it, and move on to the next one if you like. See you next time.